Good afternoon and welcome to I've Had a Stroke, Now What? I'm staying with Jonathan, and Jonathan is in Delta, and Jonathan's going to tell us about his situation in his stroke. Welcome, Jonathan.
Thank you very much. Yes, my stroke happened in 2019 on January 8th. I know the date because from some odd detail to remember in your mind. But honestly, I don't remember anything from December 2018 to January 2019. I don't remember who I spent Christmas with, who I spent New Year's with. I don't remember anything. That is completely erased from my mind.
Okay, wow.
Mhm.
And what was happening?
Well, at the time, uh, I was going through depression because I had just broken up. My ex girlfriend had just broken up with me, so I was in a depression. My work wasn't going too good, so I was a little bit concerned with that. My finances were horrible. I was a horrible management of my income, so I had those problems that I don't know. I want to say that put pressure on me, and so it all became to that day where my friend called me to go boxing for a round of box. We used to do that quite often, where we will spar for half an hour to an hour.
Mhm.
He gave me a call and I said, "Yeah, let's go do it." My brother at the time was in Mexico, so he left his car here, and I use his car all the time. So I went to meet my friend on the gym here in Tuasen. The gym is by McDonald's. It's called Tuasen Athletic Club, and we started sparring. For what they tell me in the video, you can see because I don't remember any of this. This is based on what I've been told. Um, you can see in the video that after we finished sparring, my friend and I we said bye, and I look lost, like out of place. My phone and my wallet was on a in another in the room by the cameras, but I never went and took them back. I looked lost right away. I'm like,
Okay,
where am I? And then I walk into another room in where they have stationary bikes, but they don't have any cameras in it. So that's where the cleaning lady found me collapsed and having a seizure. And after that, they called the ambulance. Firefighters came, ambulance came, and I was transferred right away into VGH, Vancouver General Hospital, which is a decision that I'm guessing the paramedics had to take because there's Delta Hospital right here.
okay,
But they took me all the way to VGH. In VGH, they practice a cranioscopy, something like that, in where they had to, I don't know if you can see the scar,
yeah,
where they had to cut my head and cut my skull. They cut my skull and remove it to allow my brain to swallow. At the time, I was living by myself. I had lots of pressures from paying rent to work to school. And so sadly, I was under too much pressure. And that plus the breaking up with my ex girlfriend was just the detonator for me.
okay,
So when my brother came, he came with my mother. I'm from Mexico, and my brother is from Mexico, of course, and my mom as well. So they both came into Canada to see me at the hospital. When my mom came, the doctor received her. The doctor in charge of neurology in VGH is an Argentinian doctor.
okay,
And the Argentinian doctor will talk to my mom and be like, there is no hope of recovery for this kid. He's done. You should call your embassy to,
Wow.
yeah, I know, to have him transfer into a Mexican hospital because he's never gonna wake up. He's gonna be living through one tube, this tube that used to feed me, and to this tube that I used to uh, provide. That through this tube, I believe they put medicine and stuff like that. And so I had two tubes, and that was it. And there's no, the diagnosis of the doctor was no recovery, no, none at all. My mom, thank God, is a firm believer of word of the Lord Jesus, and she was on his hands because my mom doesn't speak any English. So you can imagine being in a country with nurses, with doctors that speak only English, and she was only Spanish. So this must be incredible tough for her. I admire my mom for his faith. Her faith is so strong because my friends will come and see me, and my family and friends. Well, family, my homesick family. They came and see me, and they all said that my mom was very strong, that she was very tough through these times, and my mom was like a pine tree, stay strong till the end.
So when did you realize something happened?
Well, let me tell you, after I was in a hospital and I was in a coma. I was in a coma. I don't know if it was an induced coma or if I really was in a coma.
Okay.
But I woke up on the 31st of January. My
Okay.
accident happened, remember, the 8th of January. 31st of January is about almost a month, for a week, 3 weeks in coma.
Yeah.
And so I woke up and I still don't remember anything. I don't remember anything that happened since December 2018 all the
Okay.
way to March 2019.
Wow. Okay. So when did you first come to realize what the hell's going on?
Yeah, that was at Laurel Place.
Okay.
I got transferred to Laurel Place. It's a facility in where they 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 make you do physiotherapy all day long, from 8 in the morning all the way up to 4 p.m. It's a fantastic facility that I'm very happy that our healthcare has that because they really, really helped me so much. Before I could not even go in a walker by myself because a walker with four wheels will go too fast and I'll fall.
Okay.
So imagine not being able to even use a walker with four wheels. I only had to use a two-wheel walker
Okay. So
because I,
you're replaced in March.
yes.
Then what happened?
Then Laura Place, I was in Laura Place for about 4 months. They make me stay one extra month because they have release dates, and my release date was on April, but they told me no, we're gonna keep you for a little longer, one more month. And I say okay, and that's because one day when they used to give me a passes to go for the weekend to come home. They gave me one pass, and that day I fell out of my bed, and I don't know why. I think I know why. The medicine that they were giving me was so strong. The medicine was to prevent any seizures, any
Okay.
future seizures, because when they found me, I was having a seizure.
Okay.
So I believe that the doctors thought that I had a stroke because I had a seizure, but I have never had any seizures in my life. So the doctor said to me, well, when I went to see the doctor about this was on 2020. I went to see the doctor and he told me, well, I told him I don't want to use this medication because it makes me paranoid to the point in where one day I was at Laura Place and I was with my mother and I told her, Mom, let's go, let's get out of here. They're coming for us. I was paranoid. I was
Okay.
like, I was telling my mom that they were gonna come and trap us, and I don't know why, who, or why I was thinking that. But I was very paranoid that we were being followed and chased. And these pills, that's what they provoke me. And plus that with the pills, it's like if I didn't have any filter. I thought and I did whatever.
Okay.
And so these pills were off because I went and saw the doctor and I said, I don't think I need them. And he told me, are you sure? Because I think that you should keep having them. And I told my doctor, no, 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 I don't want to have them anymore. And he said, well, it's up to you, but just be mindful that these pills prevent you from having another seizure. And I said, yeah, I have never had seizures in my life. I don't think I'm gonna start having them now. And then so he allowed me to stay off the pill.
Okay.
And since I was off the pill, uh, I was since they took me off the pill. My mom knows a lady that she knows a doctor from the States. Is Barry Sears his name, and she gave me oil of some sort of medication. She gave me some pills, omega 3. That's
Okay.
what. And so after having omega 3, when I was gonna take omega 3, she sent me to have some studies done on myself. And I went to my local doctor and I told him I need this analysis, and he said, well, I'm gonna write you a note that will allow you to go and do the analysis. I went to do my analysis and all that, and then she called my mom and said, you know what, the doctors were right. Your son should not be thinking, should not be standing. The level of inflammation in my brain was, I believe, 1 out of 1. So it was so much. When as a human we have zero point zero 0.03, I believe. This is what they have told me, right? And so I had 1 out of 1 on inflammation in my brain. So according to the doctor, I should not be thinking, talking, standing, anything. So this all was a miracle of God. I just want to say that I'm a firm believer of God, and I think God has a purpose for me. I don't know what that purpose might be, but I'm here standing because His grace.
Okay.
And so after that, I've been taking physiotherapy here at home, where after Lower Place, they sent me home, and I had to go to Surrey Memorial for therapies, and at the time I didn't know the existence of Handy Dart, so I was very lucky, very fortunate to reach out into my community, and someone told me, "Oh, this guy is a good guy that could take you to the hospital because he's from church and he does that. He volunteers to take people to hospital, for example." And so I was going to Surrey Memorial every day, Monday to Friday, to have my therapies.
Well,
And, and my first therapy was at 8 in the morning. So you can imagine the guy coming here at 7. It was very tough. It was very demanding. So the guy told me, you know what? There is Handydar. You should subscribe to the service and book your appointments with them. And that was the first time I hear about Handydar. Handydar is a great service. Honestly, we're lucky to have Handydar.
okay.
And so I subscribed to Handydar, and he stopped giving me rides because thank God for Handydar. And I was going on Handydar rides. That was for about from I got released from Laura Place since April, June 2019 to April 2020.
Okay.
because the pandemic.
Yeah.
That's when the pandemic started, and so I was released. I my last two sessions with my physiotherapist were through my phone through a video call,
Yeah.
which is not it's not the same,
I
honestly.
know. Yeah.
So
So do you know what type of stroke you had?
no idea.
No. Do you want to find out?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So not kind of, but not really, right?
I don't really care what type of stroke I had because it will not affect me into what I want to achieve.
Okay. What's been a positive thing that's come out of this for you?
Well, for me, I've been my relationship with God has changed completely. Before, I was a very selfish individual. I wasn't a bad person or anything, but I did not, I was not inclined into following Jesus the way I am now.
Okay.
Before, Jesus was there, like over there, and I'm over here. If I need Jesus, I go over there, but I don't need it anymore. I stay over here. Kind of like a very convenient situation for myself in where, oh, I need Jesus, I'll go, but the rest of the time I'm okay by myself.
Okay.
So through this accident, my relationship with God and Christianity has been a lot stronger
Okay.
because I mean my life is a miracle.
Okay. What's been a negative thing from your stroke?
A negative thing, there's many. I'm not able to be on my own. What I mean with this is like, for example, um, if I want to go outside, I'm not able to just take my walker and go outside.
Okay.
Well, I am able now. I can go outside now, but I'm with my walker. I'm not independent 100%. I'm dependent on a walker.
Okay.
So that has constrained me to do my normal life than before. I used to play soccer. Right now, I remember my last therapy with my physiotherapist from Sur Memorial. She was a therapist that came to my home, and we will go for walks or we will go to the mall and things like this. She was a physiotherapist that well, she wasn't a physiotherapist. She was a social worker,
Okay.
and she helped me moving around my community, going, coming by myself. And so the my last physio with her, I was going to we went to the park and I tried to kick the ball and I could not kick the ball. I was holding on to her with my both hands and just putting one feet and then hitting the ball. It was so difficult for me.
So you cannot kick the soccer ball yet.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah,
Not yet. Okay.
not yet. Exactly.
Yeah. One soon, but not that day.
I hope soon.
Okay. Yeah. So you mentioned your mom and your brother,
Mm-hmm.
right? They
Yeah.
came up from Mexico to see you.
Yes.
Now, are you still staying? You're staying at a family's place in Delta there?
Yes, I'm still at the same apartment that I used to that I'm renting. Yes.
Okay. Oh. And your mom and dad, your mom was affected by it. Your brother. What about your home place? Your place that you stayed there? That they were affected by your stroke too?
Um, I was living in this place since my accident.
Okay. Okay. So, but your family was your mom and your brother were affected by your stroke. Am I correct?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
completely. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
My mother had to leave her job in Mexico. She came here and now she's here with me and she's working, thank God.
Oh,
And
good.
yeah, but
Does she live with you?
yeah, she lives with me. Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Mhm.
Nice. And your brother's back in Mexico?
No, my brother stays here. He's
Oh,
still
so
here.
Oh, good. So
Yeah.
your brother and your mom take care of you, correct?
My brother worked, paid the rent, bought some food. He he pretty much kept me alive because through his work, he will pay rent and pay the groceries. I remember when I used to live here and I was healthy, paying rent and paying the groceries just for me was a struggle. I don't
Okay.
know how my brother did it into paying the groceries, the amount of groceries that we consume. I remember we will go to Walmart and buy $1,000 in groceries,
Wow.
and plus paying the rent. So it was quite a lot of money. And my
Okay.
brother put all his money to our home.
Okay.
And I'm very grateful for my brother, obviously.
Okay. Now he's there too in Delta.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So you've gone through this rehab and then recovery. Was there anything that you should have done that you didn't do, or things that you wanted to do that you couldn't do? How was your recovery and your rehab?
Um, when you said recovery and your rehab, what comes to my mind is when I was at lower place, in where I remember they will put me in a walking machine, in a, what is it called? In a walker? No,
Yeah.
in a treadmill.
Okay. Ah, you were on a treadmill. You were hanging up.
Yes, yes, and I was hanging up exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, that was very difficult. Right now, I go to the mall, I go to the gym, and I go on the treadmill, and I just hold on with my hands to the bars, and I'm able to go there. The fastest I ever been is 7.3 out of 15 speeds, 15 levels of speed,
Yeah.
and so that's an accomplishment for me.
Good. Because a year ago you couldn't do that, could you?
No.
Yeah. So you're getting better, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What are you concerned about now?
My biggest concern is my school. I'm an international student here in Canada. I'm not a citizen, so for me my biggest concern is finishing my school. Once I finish my school, I'm applying to get my work permit. Once I get a work permit, find a job for 1 full year. Then after that, I'll become a permanent resident. And once I'm a permanent resident, I'm hoping that I'll become a citizen, because I've been living in Canada for over 16 years. I'm 32, and so 16 years, 16, almost 17 years, I've been living in Canada. So a little bit more than half of my life is
Yeah.
in Canada. So I feel more Canadian than I'm from Mexico. So I feel more
Yeah.
Canadian than I am Mexican. But I'm not Canadian yet.
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 Yet. Okay.
Okay.
Um, was there anything you think that could have prevented your stroke?
Oh yeah, obviously if I wasn't under so much pressure, if I wouldn't let depression take the best out of me, if I would eat healthy. I used to go to the gym, uh, play sports. I used to go and play soccer and all that, but I was eating horrible. My eating habits were deplorable. They were
Really?
horrible. They were awful. I remember my brother went to Mexico, and so I was using his car. And when he came, he told me, "Dude, the car was a fucking nightmare. It was a pig style car. McDonald's, Tim Hortons,
Yeah.
everything."
Well,
And
Tim Hortons is not bad.
well, Tim Hortons is not bad, but I
Yeah.
mean that was all I was eating,
Okay. Yeah.
and so it was only crap. And so my brother was very shocked by seeing his car floated with garbage.
Okay. So you probably could have been less stressed, um, eating better.
Yeah.
You're exercising, but not really exercising, right?
I was exercising, but not in the right conditions. You
Okay.
need to have your body well nourished, and I wasn't nurturing my body at all.
Okay.
In crap.
Yeah. What advice could you give to somebody who just had a stroke, or to someone who may be in your shoes in November of 2018?
I will tell him to, first of all, I think this is one of the top on my list, is your faith. We need God. I don't know why I was thinking that I was good without God. I was okay without God. When God is not there and you're here and he doesn't care about you and you don't care about him, it's about a relationship that you have with him.
Okay.
I'm also not saying like very religious, like, oh, you should do this because God says this in the Bible. No, just have a healthy relationship with God. Have a healthy, nurturing relationship with God. A relationship that will allow you to focus all your energy into something. And that too, focus all your energy into something good. For example, finishing school. That now I'm 32 years old and I'm still in university. So I'm looking at all my friends and they have girlfriends, they're about to get married, some of them are already married, and I'm like, what? I don't even have a girlfriend. My life is, it got stuck in time. And so I feel like I lost quite a long time because poor decisions, poor choices. I used to prioritize women over my own good, and that is horrible. You should not prioritize anyone over yourself, and I did that for many years.
Okay. Jonathan, you
Yes.
shared a lot,
Yeah.
and I appreciate it very much so.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any final words?
Be strong. Be good. Be with God. If God is with you, nothing can be against you. My advice is have a clear set of goals that you want to achieve and walk towards them. There's going to be downfalls and you will fail many times, but as long as you keep trying, that is a condition that is very important, because that perseverance will pay one day for your own good, for your family, for yourself, for your future. Persevere.
Jonathan, thank you very much for today, for sharing your story, and I very much appreciate it.
No, thank you for the opportunity to share my testimony.
Okay. Thank you, Jonathan. Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye.